What's up, Miss New York Finest? Yeah, it's overcast. It's been rainy today, but it's still beautiful. Respect, East Coast Kev. Always good to see you, man. Salute. If you guys want to look this up on the map, it's called Eben G. Fine. That's E-B as in boy, E-N, Eben G. Fine Park. It's on the Boulder Creek path. And I've taken you guys on this path that goes down to the stadium. We're on the far west end of it right now. If you remember some of the team videos where they were playing in the creek, going off the rope swings, sliding down the rocks, that's just right down there. I tried to start down there, but I guess the reception is just too spotty near the mountains to stream. So I'll have to show that to you guys in some edited videos. I'll shoot some 4K stuff and drop it as a non-live video sometime. If you're following along on a map, the road in front of me is Canyon, and our closest intersection is probably Canyon and Arapahoe. What's up, John? 'Tis a beautiful Halloween Eve in Boulder. Happy for you guys to join along while I'm walking pork chop. He appreciates it too. Hey, pork chop. Got some scratches from John. He's like, what are you doing? He thinks I'm trying to take whatever he's eating on the ground, like his mommy. If his mommy's watching, she probably doesn't like that I let him have a little more leaf snacks than she does. Look at some good scratches. Oh, he doesn't care. He can't read. So I don't know if you guys were watching any Iowa State or Texas Tech games this season, but I caught up on key play reviews of each of their seasons today. And I think CU would run through either one of them. That's the disappointing. Well, we get to run through Texas Tech if I'm right. But I think we would run through Iowa State, but I'm afraid that they're going to win out, or at least win enough where they block us from getting in the championship. Interested if you guys have any thoughts. After watching Texas Tech and Iowa State season, I feel a lot less confident that Texas Tech can beat them, but I feel more confident that Cincinnati might be able to. So that was kind of interesting after watching them today. My takeaway is that although I want Texas Tech to beat Iowa State, we need Iowa State to lose twice. And I don't think it's going to be to Texas Tech anymore. I'm hoping that Cincinnati could beat them. Good to see you, John. Take care, man. So guys, this is Canyon. This is Canyon in Boulder. And if you look at it on a map, we are right where Canyon leaves city limits and goes up into the mountains. And we're gonna walk down the creek path till we get to the Pearl Street Mall. We might check out the sights of Pearl Street for a couple of minutes and then get pork chop back to the house. Showing you guys some of the different little pull-off spots on the creek trail. They have these little benches with some views. Today on Joel Klatt's show, he was kind of bursting my bubble about Colorado's chances to make it into the playoffs without going through the Big 12 championship. And again, after watching Texas Tech's highlights today and Iowa State's, I want Texas Tech to beat Iowa State this weekend because we need it, but I just don't see it happening. I hope I'm wrong. I think there's an outside chance Cincinnati could do it, and we would need Cincinnati and Kansas State to both beat Iowa State, but then I think we would still need Kansas State to drop another game. So we need a lot of help, in other words. So however this turns out, if the Buffs win out dominantly, I mean, it's already a successful year. But if the Buffs win out dominantly from here, it would be interesting to see what bowl game they go to. According to Joel Klatt, it looks like they would be right outside the teams getting into the playoffs. So we'll take some time, and college football is unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen. Kansas on film Kansas on highlight should never have competed with Kansas State based on their season this year and how they've been playing and who they've been beaten by. But they did. So we got to hope for something like that. Let me know what you guys think, if you've seen anything differently than me. Otherwise, enjoy our little stroll here along the Boulder Creek path. We're walking towards Pearl Street Mall. We started near the west side of the creek path, and the creek path goes all the way to the stadium. I've taken you that way a few times, but you guys will see where we hop on Broadway off the creek path and we shoot over to Pearl Street. What's up? The man above, salute. Hope everything's going well down in Texas. You gonna get to go to that Texas Tech game? You're crazy, bro. You're crazy. To man above, are you a lifelong Coach Prime fan? I'm a bandwagon buff, even though I've been here for 15 years because I went to Clemson. But I've been a Coach Prime fan my whole life, so. Living here, Coach Prime, dropping here. I can't say I could be loyal to somebody more than my alma mater, but all I'll tell you is I've probably watched like 30 minutes of Clemson football this season, and I've watched every second of every CU game and all the well-off videos and all the Reach the People, so I think my time shows where my heart's at. I want to see Coach Prime build a dynasty out here. So does Pork Chop. You need some attention, bro? He said keep it moving. He said keep it pushing. Yeah, we're close to the same age. Yeah, man. Good thing you're tied to my waist, huh? Good thing you're tied to my waist. All right, so the creek trail pops out here close to the courthouse, and then there's another park up here. But if you guys look on Google, the creek path goes all the way through the city. Connects to our neighborhood, so we just shoot out, hop on it all the time. These are some fishing ponds. That's awesome, man. I thought about driving down there from... It's all love, bro. It's love. It's love, bro. It's love, bro. Got somebody who did not want to be on camera. You know, it happens. And then Pork Chop's acting all crazy. Hey, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. You're goofy, man. You're goofy. Salute H-Town. Right again, that street that's out in front of us is Canyon. If you want to look up Canyon on the map. And this is you can just see the sign here. Rainy, overcast day, but the fall colors are popping. See, we're getting closer to downtown. And if we stayed on this path, like I said, we end up at the stadium. It keeps going on past the stadium, runs all through Boulder. What's up, Sue C? H-Town. I hear you, the man above. If you watch DJ Bless One, the best one, I Smoke Hip Hop Live. That's who got me started making videos. Because he said that people like me need to speak up. And I know a lot of people that look like me that feels the same way. I know everybody that lives here feels the same way. And so it's important to speak truth. It's important to take up for good men who are respectable, especially men who are great fathers, men who are goats. And we got to show the kids who's who. Between the Jason Whitlocks of the world and the Coach Primes of the world. We can't let them get it confused. That's the Hotel Boulderado. No, I'm sorry. I am blanking right now. Somebody help me in the chat. Thank you, Sue. That's what draws me to Coach Prime. We need more good men, role models, true role models. Coach Prime's the real deal. I would trust him more to be president than anybody. This is the St. Julian. I don't know why I was blanking. This is the St. Julian Hotel. The Boulderado is the old school, classic, like wood paneling hotel, and the St. Julian is like the modern. They're both pretty fancy. They're more on the upper end of places to stay in Boulder. With the St. Julian's gonna be the most expensive and the fanciest, but they're both amazing places, but there's tons of amazing Airbnbs. You could stay in some of the outside towns at the Holiday Inn and just shoot into Boulder. You know, there's tons of places to stay for anybody who's looking to visit. But if you're feeling like staying downtown, those are two that are downtown. Exactly, the man above. He treats so many of those kids like his family. Oh, Steffi came in with St. Julian. Yeah, you got it. The man above, been watching I Smoke Hip Hop. Yep, I smoke hip hop. That's my kind of dude. I like people. I didn't really realize you could just do raw videos like that and just speak from the heart. And it was just so inspiring. And then when he said, we need more people making videos like this, it was like, you know, say no more. All right, we'll walk down past the St. Julian. Yeah, beautiful hotel. And if you guys come to Boulder, definitely watch the crosswalks. If you're from a bigger city than Boulder, you already know. But I moved out here from the south. I had to get used to all the bikes and the scooters and the cars and the lights and the man on campus. They got a lane you're supposed to walk in. They got a lane that you can bike or skateboard in. Then they got the road. I guess I'm making it overcomplicated, but keep your head on a swivel when you're walking around the traffic is all I'm saying. Okay, Sue, yeah, you know, Thornton's good. It's like right in the middle of Denver and Boulder. So a good place to stay if you want to visit both. This is St. Julian. So this is right downtown. We're about a block away from Pearl Street, which we'll get a couple of walks. We'll get a couple of blocks in on Pearl Street so you guys get some of the sights and sound of the pedestrian mall. Definitely Boulder's most iconic spot. St. Julian would be where like celebrities, people like that. I mean, obviously not just celebrities, but when celebrities come to Boulder, that's where they tend to stay. If they're staying in Boulder. Oh yeah, Longmont's definitely a great place to stay. Reset the gimbal here. Longmont's probably a 25-minute drive down the road from Boulder. It's a beautiful drive. It's got it's a whole different little, less visited Colorado city, but it's got, especially if anybody was gonna move out here, it's a good place for a lot of reasons. You can look it up. Got the Med. Oh yeah, Prime does live in Longmont. That's right. He lives in one of those big estate gated. My buddy who lives in Longmont was telling me, he's like, I saw Primes. I know exactly where his house is because he does a lot of work that requires house calls. He didn't do a job at Prime's house, but he just knows the whole neighborhood because he goes everywhere. What are you guys' prediction for the Buffs from here on? You think they'll win out? Yeah, golden hour, beautiful John, even on a hazy, rainy day. It's the right time. Undefeated, I'm with you, Sue. I think they're going to win dominantly the rest of the games of the season. But Sue, what do you think about Iowa State's schedule? Steffi believes. Yeah. Yep. Everybody's on the same page in this chat. We got the true believers on this channel. I would like to see that story. Let's see who just said that. Educator Unpleasant. I cannot imagine anybody in Boulder caring that those guys are going back to Jackson State. Like me, everybody I know, all my friends, like it's a beautiful thing. The more harmony, the better. Like I feel for Jackson State, like, cause I know what it'll feel like if Coach Prime leaves here. I mean, I don't know what it'll feel like, but I can imagine. And, you know, it would make me a lot more sad than it probably should, but it would make me really sad. So I think everybody in Boulder is just happy that we have Coach Prime for as long as we have him. We're hoping that Rick George gets a big deal done, signs whatever Dion puts on his desk, and gets him here for the rest of his career. But yeah, on that type of vibe, it's all love with Jackson State and from anybody that I know. But you got these, you know, these weirdos online. I don't trust a lot of these people are actually who they say they are. I don't find people who live in Boulder. I've never heard anybody. I think people in Boulder are so blissfully ignorant that a lot of them have no idea that there's even all this Coach Prime controversy. They just love him so much and think he's so great, and what he's doing for the city is so great. And, you know, they don't get in the chat rooms, and they don't watch YouTube necessarily like we do. A lot of them do. The people plugged in like we are that live in Boulder, of course, you know, they know all about it. But there's a huge percentage of the fan base in Boulder that is not on the YouTube community. They're not in the chat rooms. They're just showing up to the tailgates and the games and all of the school events, you know, just showing love. So yeah, educator, I have to see that story, and then maybe I could pick it apart a little better, because that doesn't sound, I mean, I don't know anybody who would feel that way. I wish we could get our band. If you guys saw the pep rally live stream, a lot of people were saying CU's band, they're good, but it's not a HBCU band. Let's be real. Let's just be real. And we need that kind of energy with Coach Prime. We need that ultimate hype machine band to complement one of the most dynamic coaches, the most dynamic coach. Yeah, demand above. That's why I'm trying to get everybody who can to come visit, because people of Boulder are just, it's what made me move here. And there's good people everywhere, but I do love the people of Boulder. I think Coach Prime does too. All right, we're gonna walk by Steakhouse 316 because you never know when Shador's gonna be there. That's like, Steakhouse 316 is like Shador's McDonald's. It would be nice to eat $100 steaks every night. So I wonder who we might play if we do not make the Big 12 championship. I still think we're going to win out, but say Iowa State and BYU take care of business. So we get blocked out of the Big 12 championship. And according to Joel Klatt, he thinks there's no way we could get into the playoff if it's not through the Big 12 championship, which I previously had a different opinion of, but honestly, I think Joel Klatt knows better than I do, and he broke it down on his channel today pretty convincingly. I wonder what kind of bowl that would leave us in and what team that might leave us playing. So no matter what, it's going to be exciting. We got to hope for Iowa State, Kansas State to stumble. Oh, John, Nebraska. Oh, yes, please. All right, no Shador at Steakhouse 316 tonight because he parks a Cybertruck right in that alley. Let anybody else in the state. I bet our governor can't park there. But Shador can put the Cybertruck right there, as it should be. Shador's put a whole bunch more money in the economy. Let that man park wherever he wants to. I hope the campus police have started chilling out with the players because they're crazy, man. I'm telling you, those Boulder campus police, they don't care about football. Football means nothing to them. But it does to their bosses. So I think their bosses put them in line. Told them, you guys need to stop booting the players' cars. All right, guys, this is the Pearl Street Mall. We're at Pearl, and what is this? Should be about 15th. Pearl and 15th. Demand above. After the playoffs are selected, I really don't know how they're choosing the other bowls either. I do believe there's some marketing involved, so I think they try to calculate, based on the city that's already hosting a particular bowl, which teams are going to draw well there. With the premium bowls, obviously, getting the better record teams on down. But I want to go. That's why I'm like, I need to figure out where this might be so I can start looking at different cities where we might end up. I want to go to the Texas Tech game, but those tickets are some of the most expensive of the season, and it is about a 9-hour drive from Boulder, which is not terrible. That's good to hear, John. That's what I was hoping for. I watch people do this in other cities where it's just music, or I'll mute it and turn on my own music. And with the influence from I Smoke Hip Hop Live, doing his kind of raw videos, and me walking Pork Chop every day, kind of put that together and thought some other people might enjoy just gliding around Boulder with us a little bit. So guys, we're at Pearl Street and Broadway. So the Hill campus is up that way. We're gonna keep going west. And you guys have seen it on pep rally night when it's packed. You've seen it a couple of nights ago and it was just a busy, maybe Monday. Yeah, Vegas, watching videos. Vegas is awesome. Vegas, New York City. I like all the different little boroughs and neighborhoods of LA. But yeah, this is as dead as you'll see Pearl Street, but it's chilly. It's been raining all day. It's Wednesday. It's a bye week. Pretty cool. Thank you, Demand. That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. I'm just going to soak in all this time that Coach Prime is here. It's awesome to be building a Coach Prime-centric community because Coach Prime unites people based on values. Like the people that are seeing Coach Prime the way that we are on this channel, people that follow this channel, we're seeing Coach Prime from a human being level of a stellar, admirable human being. Is beyond football. And so this community that we're building is more based on core values and principles. And it's cool. It's great to have a place like YouTube. Because on Facebook, you know, you meet people just however you meet them in life. And you don't necessarily all have the same interests or whatnot. And that's what I love about YouTube, is how it brings people like us together. I see a lot of the little bars and pubs. Sue said, love thy neighbor. Exactly. And people like Coach Prime, I remember reading Steve Jobs, the dude, the Apple guy. When I was in college, I read his biography, and he talked about being polarizing and how it was a good thing. And sometimes it's not exactly what you think. Like Dion doesn't try to be polarizing. He just is, because he's so himself, he's so confident, he's so unapologetic, because he knows that he's leading with his heart, that it polarizes the people who get that and the people who are triggered by that. And so it just shows you who's who just by him being in the conversation, which is like an iconic type of person.
Hello?
To be able to just show you who people are just by their presence. You're right, Sue. Remove the mask, live authentically. What's better wealth than that? It's interesting in Boulder, you see the people who like figured that out and the people who haven't. You got some of the super rich people here who are the happiest people you'll ever meet, and you got the other, just like anywhere else, who no amount of money can buy themselves happiness because they don't know who they are. They never got to be who they are. They never got to express who they are. And Coach Prime shows us a perfect example of the opposite of that. Finding your truth and embracing it, going with it. So this is where the pep rally ended last time. It ends at Pasta J's, this restaurant. It's like been here since the 80s, I think. And then I've showed you guys in some videos that Pearl Street there keeps going down. It turns into townhouses, houses, apartments, stuff like that. And then, of course, the rest of the pedestrian mall back down that way that we came from. All right, guys, it's getting dark. It's been a good walk with you all. Pork Chop appreciates you hanging out with us. If I can get him. Oh, sorry. Don't want to make you dizzy. You see, he goes between what I call being a werewolf, where he's freaking out and jumping everywhere, to just the chillest little dog. He's got a mind of his own. But it was great hanging out with you guys tonight. This is Love and Liberty from Pearl Street in Boulder. Sending you guys much love wherever you are in the world. Best wishes to you and your family. And let's go Texas Tech this weekend, even though I'm feeling pessimistic after watching their highlights. But we need Iowa State to lose. We need Kansas State to lose. We need BYU to lose. Otherwise, we'll just win out. It'll still be a good year. All right, y'all. Much love. Go Buffs.